This is a presentation of DirecTV, exclusive home of the Red Zone channel, the Fantasy Zone, the Dan Patrick Show, 20 years of NFL Sunday Ticket, the Rich Eisen Show, and America's premier source for sports television.
Hi, welcome to Joy of Painting. I'm Bob Ross. Today we're going to paint a McLovin skate. Going to load the brush up with equal parts of titanium white and lithium black, and we're just going to drag the brush right down there, and then we're going to take another brush, and maybe there's a little island that lives right off these little rivers, and just happy right down there, and you know, right out here in the middle of this island, maybe there's a great big old mountain. Just a happy mountain lives right there, and maybe a little path down there, and then maybe these guys just, whatever they're doing there, they don't know. They don't know. You know, how about this? How about, since you're on an island, we're gonna have some fish hooks, because we're gonna need to go fishing. Oh, there goes the fish right there. Oh, you know what? And then maybe there's a big happy sun up here. Oh, and what are we going fishing for? You know what? Let's load it up with some crimson here, and let's go fishing for lobsters. There we go. Just another lobster right there, and maybe there's a lobster over here. Oh, there it is. That's just perfect. Well, I think that's enough for today. Until next time, happy painting, God bless, and the box score starts now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: see to get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Power College for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danettes out in Milford, Connecticut. I'll be at the bar all day today because it's Monday. That's where I need to sort of decompress. A big finish yesterday as the Seahawks sucked the dreams and life out of every Broncos fan from West Coast to East Coast. McLovin, play armchair therapist. How is the human black cloud doing just to your right?
Oh, you know what? It wasn't like he was depressed. He was more angry today. We heard a lot of the hammer. Not just on this game. The hammer was out and swinging today.
It was just very disappointing. I pretty much gave up on them when it was 17-3. I didn't think they had any shot, even when they got the safety, and then all of a sudden there's the touchdown. You know how it played out. But to get teased like that, for them to get all the way back like that and get a touchdown and get the two-point conversion, only to not even touch the ball in overtime, was extremely frustrating. And my son, in particular, took it really, really poorly.
One of my favorite things about Todd is his memory of unbelievable, like all these details of the game where he'll give you like a play-by-play recap. It'll be like, that's right, they had the safety, then after that 17-yard kickoff return, after that they went first and 10, but the 3 and out right after that, then they had the 7-yard run followed by the 2-yard scramble, almost went for it on third, and then it went, you're like, dude, how do you remember all of the details of the game like that? I couldn't even tell you.
He's kind of a savant. Like Fritzy doesn't know the name of the cameraman, who's just over to my right, but he knows every detail and every name of every player from yesterday's game and every detail of every roster. But yeah, the picture was great. I actually requested that picture from Fritzy, and he was nice enough to oblige, or his wife did, and it was pretty much what I expected.
It was actually tamer than I thought.
Well, you were mentioning the picture, Paulie. Let's take a look at that little classic photo, shall we?
We have a picture of a big baby in tears after a loss yesterday. And there he is. Do you need a credential, Fritzy, to get into your own house to watch a game?
I don't think you do.
You got a lanyard and credential on.
Yeah, my daughter had that in her room and thought somehow that would bring good luck, which it started to. Things started turning around shortly after I put that around my neck, but we all know that didn't last very long. But yeah, that was an odd little thing to have.
Did that get tight around your neck, kind of like it did?
Oh, the choking kind of thing? Yeah, it started strangling me a little bit.
Wow.
So wait, 17-5, 17-12, wait a second.
Todd is like a big child sometimes. Like, he doesn't know how to use a broom. He's never changed a tire in a car and things like that. And then how he dresses for a game, the comments I got on the Twitter yesterday was like, look, that's a grown-ass man dressing like in Zubaz pants like a 12-year-old.
I've never changed a tire. I've called AAA,
I'm
but
very
honestly,
good at calling AAA.
Do you want a guy like me or Todd lifting a huge car up over something?
Well, you don't actually lift the car.
Yeah,
you usually take a jack and twist it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, because we're not going to screw that up and drop on somebody's hand. That would never happen.
I want to, Todd, do you have, depending on where the Broncos are playing, home and away uniforms for yourself?
Not necessarily home and away uniforms, but I have a number of different jerseys and shirts and things, and I have been known to change a number of times throughout the course of a game based on the way I think luck is going. I've missed parts of games because all of a sudden when I left the room, they start doing well, and as crazy as that might be, I'm like, I guess I'm just going to have to miss the third quarter because somehow
I've got
watching
some
the
of that in
scoring.
me too.
I've always wanted that because, you know, there's certain things. If I make fun of those things, but I'll do it in the right situation where it's like if you're sitting like this in a seat and your team scores 2 touchdowns, for God's sakes, you would never move.
I've watched like most of like some Seton Hall games on basketball, like with, you know, standing in my kitchen with the refrigerator door open because they went on like a 10-point run, and you're
makes
like,
sense.
oh, I got to stay here like this now.
Yeah, you will allow yourself to, for me, wear certain things or be uncomfortable just because you think that particular position that you're in is somehow helping the game. I wish I wasn't that superstitious.
What if wearing underwear daily would guarantee a Super Bowl win for the Broncos?
I would probably do that.
Probably.
And again, I wouldn't even 100% say yes, but I would certainly strongly consider that. But hopefully it won't come to that because I kind of like going commando.
What was the press pass about?
I think it was some gift that that my daughter Lindsay had, or she had some kind of lanyard attachment thing with the Broncos on. I'm not even sure where it's from, but all of a sudden she came downstairs and saw me in a frenzy with her brother watching the game, and she thought it would be nice to just add as many other Bronco things on top of what I was already wearing.
You're not sure where it's from? You didn't get her this lanyard? She went out on her own?
Don't know.
Or did she cover a Broncos game that you don't know about?
She may have covered a press conference. I really don't remember where it's from, but as soon as she put it around my neck, I think about 4 plays later, the safety and the little flip touchdown to Julius Thomas happened, and I'm like, I guess I'm wearing this around my neck. 17-3 is now a game, so I just kept it on.
Oh, I could just see you getting that lanyard around. You're like, get out of my way! Thanks, I don't know what the hell it is. Who cares? Fritz, you don't feel too bad. The front row was spreading around the pain, and someone else found themselves in the front row's crosshairs today.
You know that damn play the day you just had?
Yeah.
I had Cal money line to end a parlay at 82-1. That was the worst way to. That was the last game on TV too. So I'm 3 sheets to the wind at this point. And this stupid Arizona and that stupid color man. Oh, I hope I don't find him in an empty parking lot.
How about would you rather?
Takes the snap, steps back to throw, rolls to the right.
Come on.
Looking downfield, it's going to heave it towards the end zone. Near the back of the end zone, the ball is knocked away, or is it caught? It is caught! I don't believe it! Touchdown, Arizona! Arizona's just won the game! The Cats have won it on the final play.
Seton, I am disappointed in you that you would do that to Shay.
There goes my plan of staying sober before 10 a.m. Thanks a lot, Seton.
All right, hold on, Shay. Before we let Seton explain his actions, I think we should go to some tape that we have that might explain who made the decision to play that call as we bring you a box score exclusive.
That stupid color man. Oh, I hope I don't find him in an
Play it again, play it again, play it again.
Well, it's not his fault. How about would you rather?
Takes the snap, steps back.
Oh, no, that's mean.
Rolls to the
Come
right.
on.
Looking downfield, it's going to heave it towards the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona! Arizona's just won the game. The Cats have won it on the final play.
I am disappointed.
Mean-spirited.
What? There's almost at no point during the show are Paul and I more in sync than when it comes to being mean to a caller or some guest that we have on. We're almost always super in sync with that. And I heard the little birdie say, play it again, and I was like, damn, that's exactly right. That's exactly the thing to do here.
Yeah.
So, that was great.
Unfortunately, being nice is not a prerequisite of working here, and thank God. But yeah, it worked out great. I'm so glad we had it. He's able to crank it up really quick because Dan was just about to change the topic, and we had about 2 more seconds till it might not have fit anymore, but I was going to jam that thing down the throat if I could.
There's another time, actually, too, that I'd considered hanging up on a caller who was like the nicest, sweetest thing in the whole world. Who was like, hey, I'm like such a huge fan, and I just said, I'm going to hang up on this person. Because it would have been a great moment. It would have been, everybody would have been like, oh, no, you can't do that.
Brock,
but
it was a woman who called later in the show, and she goes, Dan, I've been a fan for a long time. It was my first time calling and getting through. And she goes, ooh, I should hang up on her. I was like, oh. And I have such mixed emotions because I have no doubt it'll be a home run on air. But some people, probably 10%, would be like, that's horrible.
I really wish that I had. Now, looking back, I really wish that I would have, because it would have been such just cringe radio at its finest. Like, poor lady. Sorry.
Now they know the satisfaction you guys are getting when they're on hold for all those hours. Stick around. Is Dan's surgically repaired shoulder ready to go? We shall put it to the test after this.
This arm is almost all the way back. Who thinks I could throw it 50 yards? Does anybody want to bet?
Today?
Today.
I think you can throw it once and then go straight.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I just don't want to go to the emergency room again.
Welcome back to the box score. The boss said his arm is back and he could huck it 50 yards. Paul, are you taking any of that action?
Yeah, I actually put a bet out there, and I'd like to reiterate it now. I don't think he could throw 50 yards right now. My bet is he gets one throw. He can warm up for hours, for all I care. But it's got to be sometime this week. I'll put $10 versus each Danette who said he could do it. So be my 30 against their 30.
You realize Dan would have to go to surgery immediately if he took
That's not my problem. He suggested that he. I didn't say, hey,
See, I just thought it was going to be one of those things where, like, I almost always bet against Dan because, frankly, I just think it's funny to do because he gets really mad. Yeah. But this is one of those things where I'm like, yeah, all of a sudden you're like, dude, there's no way you could do that, and then he does, and you're like, oh, of course he can. Like, dude, you can't throw a ball 80 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden he hits 85, and you're like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah, and he gets so competitive. I could just picture him getting jaw face, and he loves when someone tells him he can't do something. He would just find a way to.
So you guys are all accepting the bet.
It made me really nervous, actually, when Jesse Palmer said, well, I could probably throw it 60, and I was like, oh, crap, there's no way Dan's throwing it 50 then. I mean, he's like young and a quarterback. Like, he could actually throw the ball.
He's both young and was a quarterback.
Yeah, and that Dan's going to throw a 50. I'm like, dude, got no chance.
Problem is, if we make Dan do that, he will have shoulder surgery the next day. We'll have to get guest host for a couple weeks. He might miss a football night in America, all for a silly bet. Because Dan is not one to turn down a bet.
But he suggested it.
Yeah, but the logistical problem will fall on us when Dan's in the hospital.
And you know what, too, Frank? I don't really feel like having a week's worth of, like, fill-in hosts just to get a $30 bet in. It's like, man, that's like $300 worth of lifting for a $30 bet. I'm not into that at all. No offense to those hosts.
Well, let's take a look at the tape. The boss was whipping some at Seton today.
It's right there.
By the way, that's in the new system.
Hands.
You're on the all hands team. No, if you put your hands up there, I'm gonna hit your hands.
Well, that's a bad pass.
Uh-oh. Did it hit your hands?
Yeah, well, yeah, because of my athleticism.
If you put your hands someplace, I will hit your hands. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Like, was that a bad pass?
No.
You got to be able to be ready for these passes over the middle.
Nuke Hopkins yesterday for the Texans, one-handed. The gloves have changed everything. Do you guys remember last week when I stood in and Dan was rifling and I caught them all? So I think it's just, and Tegan can attest to this, you just can't be afraid. The second fear creeps in when Dan is rifling at you, that's when you really get into trouble.
Well, the problem is that sometimes if he doesn't, he just throws it wildly, and it either is going to go 10 feet over your head or directly at your nose. And you've got about half a second to react to that. And for people who've spent a lot of time with extracurricular activities like myself, my timing is a little off still. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly as crisp as I used to be. So I'm about full second behind his half second. So my nose should be broken here on camera probably this calendar year.
Seton, do you have access to receiver's gloves you can use?
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. But you know what, though? I'm kind of an old school guy. I like to keep it traditional and go like real men catch a football.
Keep it real. Keep it real dangerous.
These monstrous hands.
Yeah. Calvin Johnson.
They're like the hands of a 9-year-old girl. So that's probably why I can't catch anything.
Those are the hands of a scrapbooker. Coming up, got a case of the Mondays. We shall take care of that. We battle for the Mock Headline Championship belt after this. Woo! Welcome back to the box score, guys. The weekend is over. We got a ton of stories to choose from. So grab the steel chairs as we prepare to do battle in this week's Woo!
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
Woo! I'll give you a headline, you give me a mock headline. Let's begin. Seattle comes back in overtime to take care of that rematch with the Broncos. Paulie, start us off.
Can the Seahawks DBs shut down Manning again? Sure, man.
Ding.
No applause? Oh, there we go.
Sherman.
Very good.
Sherman.
The bespeckled one, McLovin.
Sherman.
Sherman.
I'm not responsible for the audience.
McLovin, what do you have?
OT, more like oh no. Fritzy says numbers don't match up as 12th man prevails in 5th quarter.
Wordy.
Wow, that's very wordy.
I was told there'd be no math.
Applause.
And a bespeckled Seton.
Almost all of mine, I think, are repeats, but mile hilarity. Peyton pulls a puff, pass, and choke. That's a marijuana reference.
You get 420 points for that. Fritzy, your headline, please.
The 12th Manning, Peyton becomes spectator after great comeback.
Oh,
Yeah.
pretty good.
I like that.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Tears of Jordan. No? Okay. Our second headline, Florida State holds off Clemson in OT without Jameis Winston. McLovin, go.
Infamous Jameis. It means more than famous. Winston does his best El Guapo impersonation on sidelines and win over Clemson.
Did you give a definition mid-headline?
That's a Three Amigos reference for all you 80s fans.
Three Amigos.
Did you say I have a plethora of pinatas?
I would say you have a plethora of points after that one. Seton, hit the music.
Tallahassee, Jameis, who needs you? Yeah, I deserve that.
The glasses help, though. Fritzy.
A no Winston situation. Seminoles survive, but still look bad all around.
Mail call, mail it in. Paulie, what do you got?
Jameis Winston gets another Heisman.
Yes. No, I just figured that out. Third headline. Arizona stuns Cal on a Hail Mary at the end of regulation to complete comeback victory. Seton, you are up.
Stun Devils.
Yeah.
Wrong school, right state.
Yeah, that's close enough. It's only 2 hours away.
Close enough for the girls I date. Fritzy, your submission.
Praising Arizona, Cal forced to grin and bear it. Golden Bears.
Golden Bears. Golden Bears. Paulie, what do you have?
Cal Bearsley plays an AD on Zona's Hail Mary.
Bearsley.
Bearsley.
Wow, that's... Whoa.
McLovin, what do you have?
Hail Terry. Former Wildcat basketball player Jason Terry thrilled about alma mater's last-second win.
That's presumptive.
Did not Steve Kerr to me to do that. Our last headline, Cleveland to hang another gigantic LeBron James Nike billboard outside Quicken Loans Arena. Fritzy, hit it.
Sicken Loans. Cleave it alone already. Stop kissing his butt and unplug.
Oh, Seton, after a big breath, what do you have?
We are all witnessing extreme backpedaling. Yeah.
Accurate. McLovin.
Posterized, but this time in a good way as Cleveland fans celebrate the return of LeBron. Hashtag we're not Detroit.
Well, perhaps he gets another plethora. Paulie, close us out.
I guess they burned the first one too. Cleveland gets a new LeBron billboard.
Snap.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Snappers.
Oh,
The mock headline championship belt goes to the back row. Oh, it's share time on the box score.
Old belters. Yeah. You're upside down? No, you're upside down.
So to come, we went to the judge and we have the results of the Danette Football Night in America Challenge.
Hello, I'm Chrissy Teigen, and you're watching The Box Score on Audience Direct TV on Channel 239.
She's my little buttercup, sweet little buttercup. Chrissy Teigen, so beautiful. Welcome back to the box score. Last night's game may not have been earth-shattering, but DP's tie certainly was. Let's go to the judges and get a ruling in
the Dan at Football Night in America Challenge.
Let's recap real quick. Paulie went blue, Fritzy orange, Seton yellow, McLovin red. I said violet/purple with a gray stripe. And the winner is, looks like we have a purple and blue striped tie with a little gray stripe in it as well. I got two colors there. Well, the judges have ruled and they have awarded me a full point because I nailed the purple and gray stripe, and Paulie a half a point for the blue. So let's look at the leaderboard,
now,
shall
Brock,
we?
here's the situation
Yes.
here. I think we've decided on the show there are no splitting of points. Someone is either right or someone is either wrong. I don't mind losing this, and I would actually vote that you would have won, because when I first saw that tie the other day, I said, whoop, purple tie. That's the first thing that popped in my head. Though it does have blue, purple does stand out, and I would defer to the Danettes. I'm willing to, again, to give up half a point, because only one of us, I think, could be right.
I agree. When I saw the tie, and especially then when Brock said that he had guessed a purple tie with a gray stripe, I was like, oh, he's clearly the winner. The thing that really puts it over the edge is the graphic is already made, and it's too late to go back.
Right, but if it, let's say hypothetically the graphic weren't already made and the guys would get off their ass and do something, what would you vote?
Because that's taking a big leap, assuming that those guys will actually do something.
It's a 2-to-1 blue ratio, but the purple, is, blue to purple ratio, the blue is thicker.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of black to me more than. I mean, but that's just my.
To be fair, I didn't know that the stylist was out sick this week and they had someone colorblind assign a tie to the end. That is
questionable.
What would you guys vote?
First
Is
of all,
that a
it's way
purple
too
tie
many
or
patterns.
Purple or blue?
I was leaning towards purple.
Which are you completely
I'll
leaning
say
towards?
purple.
The hell?
I'm confused now. Do I get a point because I said gray 2 weeks ago?
McLovin, you have no vote?
I have no vote. I abstain.
You get it, Brock. 3-1. 3-0.
All right, well, we'll fix the graphics and we'll bring you back down to 1, and I'll be at 1, and everyone else is at 0. Fritzy, your team's off next week. Will they be able to maybe score, or will you score in this next week's competition?
It's I hope so, because it's tough for the week that Denver's off. But I hope as a consolation prize I can finally guess what color suit or tie Dan is wearing, just to get me over the hump.
Okay, well, some of the great folks of Dan Nation also weighed in on the color of the tie, and I think Hunter agreed with me, said violet/purple. David C. was feeling Pirate Day and said orange, while Matthew said dark gray and was another person to ask for a shorter hashtag. So guess what? We are shortening the hashtag so your battery won't run out when you try to type all that in. And we will reveal that on Friday. That, my friend, is a tease. Speaking of all tease and no please, Fritzy.
I think you should actually just do the new hashtag, spell out Danette Football Night in America Challenge. Spell out everything. Just don't do any abbreviations.
It's 141 characters.
I like it. Fritzy, a man who knows nothing about Twitter, who's on tomorrow?
NBC Football Night in America colleague of Dan Patrick, Tony Dungy, will join us, and we're continuing to pursue some other things. But
former Steelers defensive back,
all
around good guy,
yeah, man,
God-fearing man,
coach, very good man, author of children's books,
speaker,
author, dancer, beaker,
leadership consultant.
Thanks for watching the box score. Thank you guys. Set your DVR for 3 p.m. Eastern every day at Audience Channel 239 right here on DirecTV, and you can also get us on our all-new podcast on iTunes and also available on podcast1.com. All right, cheers. Go Chiefs.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!
This was a presentation of DirecTV, exclusive home of the Red Zone channel, the Fantasy Zone, the Dan Patrick Show, 20 years of NFL Sunday Ticket, the Rich Eisen Show, and America's premier source for sports television.